I had no idea how capable I was until I became a mum. I don't know what I was doing with my time before I became a mum. But we are capable, and also we are expected to crack on. And this is the message that our mothers were told, and often like the older generation. I mean, I'm not just citing my mum, like women in general, like, well, it was hard for us and we just get on with it. And it's the stoicism of it. And, they're brought up by the wartime generation.
Oh, I know.
And mums are dealing with all sorts of stuff and likely raising their kids when their husbands are off at war and they don't know if they'll ever see them again, and these are the realities, we're dealing with generations of women who have internalized this stoicism, and it has been helpful to society that they have provided so much free labor, that they have raised the children and not been compensated financially, and often been in serious lack financially and still managed to drag their kids up and keep them fed. And we carry that into kind of modern society, where actually, even though there is support, even though we want to be there for each other, and this is why women go and do Christmas wreath making together.
Yeah.
We all want to sit around a table and chinwag, and we want to make food and just put it all out and eat together and have the kids running around at our feet. We obviously crave that, but there is something in us where we've been taught that we should be able to manage it all by ourselves. And that comes into business building too. And I did not connect with anyone else who was starting a photography business or running a photography business for over a decade. I just figured it out myself. I didn't ask for help. I just thought, because I didn't even have the kind of actual thought. I just assumed, without any mindfulness, that I was supposed to do that and figure that out by myself. I was supposed to be capable.
Also that I think we've also been aware of the times that we have asked for help. People gatekeep. Women gatekeep. And it can be a really uncomfortable conversation. Not all women, by the way. And I do believe the tides are turning, and that's what I really want to advocate for. But there's this whole thing of, you almost, first of all, don't want to ask for help sometimes, because that can be portrayed as failure or, being novice or amateur and not knowing what you're doing. And so you kind of just have a much longer journey to the path of success, because you're being stubborn and you just want to make sure that it's only you that sees the bits that don't work out. But also the times that I've found that I've sometimes asked for help earlier on, it's done in such a, the response is so roundabout. I'm not really sure if I've actually got the information that I needed. It feels like they're going, oh, hang on, you want to do something in my industry, and that's something that I'm successful at. So, have you ever thought about doing this instead? Or maybe I've read that you could, and it's like they're kind of trying to navigate you along. There is space for everything. And I do find now that people are, maybe this is a bit controversial to say, do you know the people that are most likely to help are the people that are actually the people that you least likely think are going to help. So the people that are that seem unapproachable or very established, you think, gosh, they'll never reply to my DM. 9 out of 10 times they do. It's often people that are on your same level, that are fighting for the same thing or have the same kind of end goal in mind or similar, that are gatekeeping. But there's this image of a table that has limited seats, and it's so damaging, because that's just not the case at all. I just wonder why we do that to each other.
I think it goes back a very long way. I don't think that's something that we could pinpoint. I think that's embedded, like deeply ingrained in the roots of society. And it's not like you could sort of hang your hat on a moment where someone said something to you when you asked for help and say, that was it. That was when I learned, because it will have come in 1,000 tiny messages.
Absolutely.
And responses or lack of response from you reaching out and asking for help. And in that sense, it's a lot to unpack.